All right. And we should be live now. Welcome to everybody in the chat room. How's it going, everybody? Welcome to another Work After Hours live chat, our bi-weekly live chat where we talk about guns and all the other shenanigans we can think about. With me tonight, I've got Builder Shooter.
Hey, guys.
And Humble Marksman might be joining us. I don't know. Last I talked to him, he was, but who knows? Things change. But hey to everybody in the chat room. We've got Chad Olds in there, Kyle Blackwelder. Got Kathleen in there. Oh, Manny Things. Who else is in there? Pistol Pete. I know I saw some more. Oh, and with us, we got the Humble Marksman joining us. Hey, Humble, how's it going?
Can you hear me?
We can.
Okay,
at least
good.
I can.
Cool. I'm gonna go get a beer.
Okay, sounds good. Oh, let's see. So like the awesome preparer I am, I don't have show notes for today because that's how I roll. Mostly it's because I've been working from home, and so my entire schedule and everything that's going on is completely boned, and I have no idea what's going on anymore. So, yep. Builder, what's going on with you, man?
I'm just exhausted because I've been home with the kids.
Right? It gives me a new appreciation for the wives.
They're fast.
The children or the wife?
The children.
Okay.
I texted my sister-in-law yesterday because it was the first day that I was home with the kids. And she's a stay-at-home mom, and she has 4. And I said, I don't know if anybody's ever told you this, but your job's hard. I said, you're doing a good job. But then I sent her a little gift and said, I don't like it. She said, just turn the TV on. You'll survive. I got this. I can handle it. I'd rather be putting on trim.
Don't prefer it. Humble, is that a beer or is that canned munition? That's almost a beer. What is that? Is
PBR?
that what the?
I'm just looking at a little bitty picture. So
Best Mantis is what
Best made.
Best made. Oh, salty. Oh, that's the pickle beer.
Spicy pickle beer.
That's so wrong. What color is it? Is it green?
It's red. Oh, the beer itself?
Yeah, the beer.
Colored.
It's beer colored?
Beer colored, yeah.
You know, you say that, but there's a lot of orange beers out there, and beer is not orange, it's amber. So I don't know what's right in the world anymore. Let's see. Hopping over to the chat.
I regret this purchase.
You regret it? Not as good as you hoped, or
it was
better?
I could have gone for one just to see what it was like, and it's like now I've got 4 of them. I have to drink them.
That was a mistake. But you know what? Hindsight is 20/20. Next time, purchase 1, or purchase 4 again, and just roll that way. Because you're a baller.
Just wrap the other 3 up and give them to Big Johnson. You're like, here, I got this for you.
Where's the last one?
It's pretty spicy.
Is
it? Pretty spicy. Yes, my mouth is on fire right now.
That's just weird.
That's a weird combination.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I say that I've never had a beer in my life, but
so Professor says his M&P is getting a comp and a 407C. It's a good choice, man. Are you getting a 407C 1.0 or 2.0 though?
Get a 407CO and do it right.
Kyle says the Striker is fine on the P10. What was going on with the Striker, Kyle?
They were talking about tool steel Strikers.
Oh, yeah. There haven't been any complaints about broken Strikers on P10s. Anybody who upgrades them up until now it's just a safety thing. However, I do know that Overwatch Precision is coming out with a new trigger. And with their trigger, they are bringing out an MP3 coded Striker. So that could be kind of nice. Harry wants to know if you're going to film Daddy Daycare 4. Is that in your books?
I didn't realize there was a 3.
That may have just been another YouTuber. I don't know. I never watched 1. So
Daddy Daycare is pretty hilarious. You should watch it with your kids. They will love it.
Let me spoil it for you. There's a scene where Eddie Murphy walks into the bathroom, and he looks like he's just looking around like there's poop everywhere, and then he looks up, and that's the funniest part of the movie.
All right, I'll look. I'll watch it. I'll see if it's streaming somewhere. Uh, let's see. I'm with Locke on this. That spicy pickle beer. I don't like pickles in general. So, like, you talk about pickles and beer and spicy all in one thing, and I am just going to have to pass on that.
The pickle beer is actually pretty good by itself, but the spicy pickle beer is just a little bit too much.
How much
Just a
pickle
little
do you get in that? Like, is it pretty pickly?
About 4
Yeah.
inches.
Thanks, Builder.
You bet.
Thanks. That's why we keep you around.
I've been by myself for too long.
You've been holding jokes like that in because you can't say them in front of the kids.
Yeah. We always have, as a company, on Friday mornings, it's a small company. We always do breakfast at the boss's house. So he sent out a group text to us this morning, or earlier today. And he's like, hey, we're going to do a virtual breakfast. Be here at 9:30. And so we're all a bunch of carpenters, don't know how to use computers. And I was like, oh, okay, send us a Zoom link. And we have a new guy. He's trying to figure this out. And he's dense. So he doesn't get that we're joking. And we are just railing on him. It was fun.
So, where was it? Professor said he's got a 407C 2.0. So that's nice. I really like the 2.0s. They do indeed.
Where do you get one?
Our local gun shop has two 507C 2.0s.
I was talking to Harry about this today. I think the 507C is the most overrated optic based purely on the reticle. Like, the housing's awesome, the durability's awesome, but the reticle sucks.
I still like the reticle, but I don't like big dots as much. But well, I still don't. So but that being said, I'm not sure how much the crosshair, like the 32 MOA circle, gives you over just a dot. So I'm not sure it's that worth that much over a 407C. But I still like them.
The 407CO is the same or is in the similar price range as the 507C, though, isn't it?
It's like $30 or $40 less.
Okay.
So it's kind of in between that and the 407, the regular one.
Gotcha.
Okay. I need to get one of the, or at least play with one of those COs.
I'm going to get a V2 CO to keep as a knockaround optic to use on test guns, because I'm using a 507C right now on that XDM, and I'm not a big fan of 507C.
Let's see.
Kathleen has soured on red dots. I need an explanation, and then I also need to tell you that that I don't have a Vortex Venom anymore. It gone.
I keep forgetting you got rid of that thing.
Yeah, it got rid of my Gen 417, and I have, whenever it ships, because it was a great time to buy stuff right now.
Right.
I have a Gen 5 17 MOS with front serrations on the way. I was going to do a 34, but they still don't make the 34s with front serrations.
Yeah, they do. All of them have them.
Oh, all.
Yeah, you get a 34 now. They all have them.
All the stock pictures that I was looking up, none of them had it, and I was like, "Well, that's dumb. This is a carry gun.
It's old pictures. They all come with them. They don't make them without front serrations. All the MOS guns come with front.
Dang it!
Should have slid into your DMs.
It's never stopped you before.
It's true.
It is true. Michael says he's got a PO1 Omega thanks to me, and 1776 or bust. I'm glad you listened too. PO1's a pretty damn nice gun. Let's see. Chad Old says, any difference between the 407C and the 507C 2.0s? Price difference seems like a lot for just the ring reticle and the 507C. That's it. It's just that ring reticle. I mean, and I think it takes a lot more. Does it take a second LED to get the ring on there? You guys know?
I would imagine so. I think there are two emitters.
Yeah, and I
don't think it's one emitter switching. Well, I think there are two emitters, and that's why it's doing it.
Yeah, that's why it's so much more. So, and I would agree with that. But still, I mean, a $300 red dot that is as versatile and almost as robust as an RMR. That's pretty darn good. And honestly, so I have an RMR now, and in using it, If anything, I slightly prefer the Holosun. If anything, like if there's any difference at all. That might just be because I'm used to it, but there is not a significant enough difference between the usage of the two, really, to prefer the RMR over the other one. Let's see. Anything going on new with you, Humble?
Honestly, no. I'm sick to death of being quarantined, but it's better than the alternative, I suppose.
Yeah. Are you've been stuck at home as well?
No, because I'm an essential service. So in our entire 200-something thousand square foot office building, there were a total of 7 people today. So we're keeping the social distancing real solid.
Nice.
So you're
spreading
bringing
out about 2 per floor.
Bringing Nerf guns and licking them and shooting at each other. Then
No, nothing that exciting. But
you're going to now.
I mean, you know what it's like trying to work at home with kids. It's just not a thing. So because we can follow the CDC guidelines and there's nobody there. I mean, my world is literally just drive to the office, drive home, drive to the office, drive home. There's no other like rays of sunshine. It's just.
I literally lock myself in the basement to work. I'm working from home right now, and I had to put a lock on the basement door to keep the children out so that I could stay down here and work. So, yeah. Okay, really quick. Harry is looking. He's trying to figure out if he wants to do a Glock Gen 3 or a Gen 4 frame. My vote is Gen 4. What do you guys think?
I just sent it.
Did you?
I'm a slow typer.
Send it.
The Gen 3 would be easier because you could just slap a comp on there and not have to worry about changing your recoil system. But I prefer the Gen 4 frame over the Gen 3. So
yep.
On my 17 that I just got rid of, I converted back to Gen 3 recoil system with the Gen 4 frame. So
yeah, I much prefer the Gen 4 frames. It's, to me, just because the way my hands are built, Gen 3 frames, I get way closer to slide bite on them. The Gen 4 just feels better. It's a little bit safer for me, but that's for my tiny child hands. Kathleen asks, are the ranges shut down? So here in Indiana, our indoor range has shut down, and our outdoor range, I have no idea. They've not emailed us telling us not to come.
So I have more information on that.
Yeah, you would.
Because my membership's up in 5 days.
Oh, crap.
Yeah. And I can't pay for it, even though I have the money and I can almost see the range from my house. Basically, you can still go. They're still open.
I kind of figured.
It is an outdoor activity, and my membership is given an extension until they want to come in and have me pay for it. And
that's good.
The only downside is I'm not the only one, so we're actually losing out on a 1/12 of the entire profit of the year.
Ooh,
so it's going to make everything harder as far as like money for fishing and stuff like that goes.
Yeah.
Until we can pay.
Our private gun clubs are open. They consider firearm sales essential retail in Texas, which blows my mind.
They do in Indiana as well.
I don't know why, but they do. And so indoor gun, I mean, I live about a half a mile from an indoor gun club, and they are doing amazing business. That parking lot is always full, which seems like a bad idea since you can't really do social distancing at the indoor gun club because the stalls are closer together than 6 feet.
Yeah.
But, far be it from me to get all judgy. And my outdoor gun club is, since it is a private club, it is open. I mean, the outdoor gun club is very easy to do social distancing. You don't really touch anything anybody else touches, so it's fine. So,
and ours is a private club as well.
Kind of.
I got to go shoot my my T&E XDM Elite Tactical 4.5-inch OSP.
Is that the full name? Please tell me that's the full name.
That is the full name. That is the full. If you go on the website, no, it's a 4.5. And if you go on the website, that's the full name.
How is that threaded barrel a 4.5-inch barrel?
I think the slide is 4.5 inches.
It is.
It's not the 5 1/4 inch slide. It's the 4 1/2 inch. I would guess
Oh.
the barrel probably is about 5 1/4, but it's just the thread protector, and there's a little bit of barrel that sticks out past the slide. But it's pretty good gun. I have been pleased with it.
That one's going to stir up a bunch of butthurt people, I'm sure. As far as you running an XDM, even for T&E, but still.
Yeah, it's just
it'll be interesting.
There'll be a lot of I'm not buying any more Springfields and all those comments. Like, those are predictable. But I mean, I've made it kind of my goal to try all of the production red dot ready guns, and that was a new one that they were offering, so I wanted to try it. And I'm going to try and circle back and try some low cost offerings here in a moment.
Nice. You get that for T&E?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yep.
Get on it.
They sent me an invoice today, so I think they're telling me politely if I don't send it back, I owe them some money. And that was a nice way of me. When I'm done with it, I'm going to ask for a shipping label. So
hell yeah!
I'm not.
You want it back? You're paying for shipping.
Yeah, if you want it back, well, I mean, they ship guns all the time.
Yeah,
and they can ship them cheaper than I can. So
yes, they can. Yeah, shipping guns, like when you're just a regular person, is not cheap.
It's very expensive.
So, question on that: when you send a T&E pistol back, do you clean it or do you send it back dirty? Seriously,
you know the answer to that one.
Okay.
Send it back dirty.
I don't clean it. Yeah, I don't clean my guns. Why would I clean their guns?
Just wondering. I know what I would do, so that would be that. So.
Yeah. I mean, why would you clean it? Like,
I don't.
Why?
Why?
Does Springfield send you ammo when they send you T&E guns?
They do not.
Okay.
So I'm using my own.
Nothing like Rock Island sends out ammo, but it's because they're paired with Arms Corps.
Yeah.
So they just send you Arms Corps ammo, which honestly, with the 9mm, when I got the TAC Ultra, I told them not to bother sending some, but they did. With the Tic Tac, the TAC Ultra Commander, when they asked me about it, I was like, "Oh, you don't have to send me 9mm, but send me some 22 TCM. That shit ain't cheap." That's still.
I've tried those.
It's not an indoor gun range round, especially not. Especially not at the bay right next to the wall. I should have had them put me in the middle bay, but I was 2 feet from the wall when I was shooting that, and it's loud. I got out, and the owner, he popped his head out a little bit, and he goes, "Hey, was that you with that flashing back there?" He could actually see the flash from out in the shop area of this thing going off. The muzzle blast is just, it's insane. It's fun. It's very low recoil.
Every review I've ever seen on them specifically says this is a flamethrower.
Mm-hmm. Especially out of a 4 1/4 inch barrel.
Which is interesting because they designed that round to be shot out of a pistol, so you would think that the powder burn would be more efficient, but
yeah, I
didn't make it.
I mean, what's the draw of a 22 TCM? It's not cheaper than 9mm. Like, what's the point?
The same point as a FN57.
Yeah, it's a 5.7, but it's a whole lot more powerful. And it's kind of like the 223 300 Blackout. You can just swap the barrel and swap the recoil spring, and you're shooting TCM. And they make bolt action.
Same mags, okay.
Same mags, and they make bolt action TCMs that take that mag too.
Now, with the same mag comment, they will not fit. Here, give me a second. I'll grab one. Because
my mags for my TAC Ultra say 22 TCM on them.
Yes, however, the mags for your TAC Ultra, they're 9mm major mags. You got to remember that. Because let me grab a. What the heck's a 9mm round? I usually have. There's one. It's the whole thing. Good. So they are about 3/16 of an inch longer than, I don't know if you guys can actually see that, longer than a 9mm round. So they won't fit in standard 9mm mags. It would have to be a 9mm major mag.
No, that's
say that five times fast.
9mm major. It's a 38 super mag.
Oh, okay. Still, all the same.
Which is why I have to get new mag carriers.
Also, Also, I want to show you guys this. This round absolutely sucks to get in ammo packs. They just fall out of the damn things because they're like they don't actually stay in there.
Oh, they need to be upside down.
Yeah, so it's just they're falling all freaking over the place, and it's absurd. They do need to be upside down. That actually works. But yeah, when they're sitting in there normal, like it's the first box I opened up, they dumped all freaking over the place. It was a little bit of a crap show. But it's a cool-ish round. It's I'm not gonna lie, it scared me the first time I shot it. I was not expecting the thud and the light show that showed up, and I was on the pistol range.
Make the same old lady sound you did when you shot it for the first time. Was it more of a ah, or was it more of a ooh?
It was ooh. It was ooh. It was more that one.
I'm on fire.
But I was on the pistol range because our range is split up. We got one rifle range and two pistol bays. I was on the pistol bay, took a shot, and then I was like, huh, I'm not sure. Maybe I should ask about this. So I went out and asked him if it was okay to shoot, because those things are going, shoot. I mean, they're pushing 2,000 feet per second, aren't they, Builder?
Out of the pistol, they're supposed to push 2,000.
Yeah. So
out of the rifle, they're supposed to be like 2,400 or something. It's not very impressive for a rifle.
That would be fun to shoot out of a rifle, though.
It would, and I've heard I knew some guys that were into 22 TCM before it really got popular. There was only like one 1911 model in it, and they bought the rifle. It was super accurate. They actually had a barrel made for Thompson Center Encore, and they said it was an absolute little tack driver, a great little varmint round. But at what point, if it's the same price to shoot as 223, why wouldn't you just use a 223?
Yeah. I've got a coworker who's got a P90S, and I keep trying to tell him to get rid of it because it's just it's a waste of a rifle length barrel. And he could buy 2 ARs for what he could sell that thing for, or one very, very nice AR.
Mm-hmm.
So what was got to go up in the chat. Locke was asking, 22 TCM 9R made to fix that issue, right? 9mm length. Which is that a different round? A 22 TCM 9R?
Yeah,
Why would they come up with a different? Jeez, that's insane. People need to stop coming up with rounds just for the heck of it.
I don't remember exactly. It is a slightly different round.
That's kind of crazy. Oh, see you, Loudner. Have a good night, man. Humble, what's Kathleen asking you? Oh, you're answering on there. Via there.
Yeah.
Humble, is all your practice ammo reloaded ammo?
Yep.
I still need
all the same.
What reloading press do you have?
650, Dillon 650.
Builder, wasn't that the one you were trying to talk me into?
I wasn't trying to talk you into it. I just told you if you want to reload pistol, you're dumb to get anything less than that.
I mean, you could do a square deal B. You could, but it's better to do like it's now a 750. They raised the price by like $50, and they improved a couple weak points on the 650.
My dad reloads a bunch. He just enjoys it. He actually loads all my USPS ammo just because he enjoys it. But he loads everything on a 550B.
Later, Harry. Harry's logging off.
See, Harry.
Oh, catch you later, Harry. So Michael is asking for everybody, for each one of you, if you could have only one pistol, what would it be and why? I'm gonna let you guys go first.
Gen 5 Glock 17 MOS.
Okay.
Because it runs. It just works. It's not flawless. There's definitely improvements that can be done, but it just works from the factory.
I'm going to use a loophole. Ready? He said one pistol. I would get a
Yeah,
P320.
Damn
then
it,
I would
you
get a
stole
bunch of-
mine. That's where I was gonna go. I was gonna go with my damn Legion and then get a different grip frame for it.
Yeah, hell yeah. Let's do that. You can do everything you need. You can do all the calibers you need. But
If we were sticking to the just one gun, I would get a Glock 19 Gen 5 MOS. I'm not a Glock guy. You guys know me, not a Glock guy, but you can't deny that it's going to end up being the most reliable. It's going to work the longest, have the be the easiest to replace parts on, etc. You know.
if
Humble,
I
you got
answered honestly and didn't do the 320, it would probably be a Gen 5 17 MOS. Just because I'm a bigger dude and I can conceal a 17 about as well as a 19.
That's why, my hand fits better on a 17 than it does on a 19.
I don't blame you.
Humble, you got a
tiny
good
little baby
answer
hands.
for Solomon there?
What do you say?
What'd he
So
say?
he's bought an FM9 16-inch barrel. He was going to ask how he could reduce the recoil in a 9mm rifle.
And you could run a brake.
Yep. A brake and tuned recoil.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty much the only way.
I mean, they're direct blowback, so that's a heavy bolt that comes back and goes forward, and that's where your recoil is coming from. It's not from the round so much. So you're going to have to basically tune your recoil system so it absorbs that the best it can.
So
So
you should let me answer that one, guys. I'm all over those rifle questions.
I
know them at the back of my hand. I'm just really into rifles.
We could
I didn't know if you had like
that
a secret PCC
fetish
thing where you're like, just put it down and run a Glock, or.
So Kathleen said, do most competition shooters reload? I'd say about 2/3 of them. Humble, what do you think?
It depends on your level of participation. If you go and you just get like the guys who are just shooting for fun and are terrible, most of those guys are going to use store-bought ammo.
Yep.
But
Hey, now
you get to the deep end of the sport, and almost everybody is using ammo that they load, and it's not because the ammo is like some competitive advantage. It's just that it costs less, and it's generally more consistent, and you can control more about the round. And the gun is a system with the ammo, so it's nice to be able to tweak it to your satisfaction.
Yeah, now with Federal coming out with their Syntech line, I mean, you can get a decent quality ammo that's very similar to that. But I mean, look at how much you're paying for that stuff. That stuff's $14 to $15 for a box of 50. I mean, you're spending the equivalent of half of that, if not less, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
I think my cost per round if my 50 round box is probably maybe $6 or less.
Yeah, and that's awesome. We're not going to count your time that it takes you to do that.
You can't count time. It's like hunting. You can't count your time hunting for deer meat. You can't count your time reloading.
It's not like you move things around in order so you can reload. You reload when you have extra time. Like I can do it late at night. I can do it early in the morning. It doesn't matter. It's not like it's getting in the way of something else I would be doing. Because people are like, my time is worth more than that. Well, maybe it is, but the time you're using to do it is usually non-productive time, because you can't, like, if my mind is totally fried because I have a progressive press, all I have to do is make sure there's powder in the hopper and primers in the tube.
Yep.
And I've got bullets in the tray next to me, and I can just keep pulling the lever mindlessly, listening to an audiobook, and it doesn't take big mental power. Like, I'm just part of the machine.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I would set it up like right here and just sit here pulling the lever, watching movies.
It'd be
650. Can you hook up a case feeder and a bullet feeder to that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm going to try and get a bullet feeder here pretty soon. Mr. Trump may have just bought me a bullet feeder. So
I'm just hoping I continue to have a job after this, so that whatever Mr. Trump does buys me something other than an extra month.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, obviously that's the play, is put it in the bank and hope you don't need it. But if I get my say, that's what I'm spending it on.
I'm just trying to figure out if it's, and this is probably not covered by anybody here, but if it's individually, like if you file your taxes as a couple, is it per person or per couple?
It's per person, I believe.
Per person, yeah. So I mean, it's not like taxes where, I mean, each person gets their piece, and each kid gets $500.
Mm-hmm.
So
Cool.
I figured out. I read the math on it too, in case people care. If you make over 75, then they lower the rate that they pay out $5 per $100 over $75,000, up until 100, then they cut off. And so with a couple, just double that.
I was going to say I thought it was with like that's per person, right? That's $75, 75,000 threshold.
Yep. So anything over 150, and if you filed your 2019 taxes, then they use that to determine. And if you haven't, then they'll use your 2018 taxes to determine.
Damn. No, I'm kidding. We're good either way, but still.
Oh, you got a question from Tall Boy there.
Okay.
You're the only one that's done it.
Any tricks to changing out a mag catch on a G43X? He just about threw the gun out the window trying to pop the spring out today. What's the trick?
Yes. Use I think it's a number 2 flathead screwdriver with a proper handle and good leverage. Go in from the rear of the gun and hook under the spring, and you're going to kind of lever it so that it pops out to the right. And if you try and use a jeweler's screwdriver, you're just going to get really angry and cuss a lot. And if you use a screwdriver that's too coarse or a knife, it's not going to work. So you have to use kind of that, like a large fine-tipped screwdriver. It doesn't, I mean, not jeweler's fine, but like a number 2. And it's once you figure it out how it works, it's actually fairly easy, and you can use more force than you think you need to. It's okay.
Yeah, that first time you think you're going to break it.
You're not going to break it.
No.
Oh, Kyle wants to know why he's changing anything on perfection.
Well, if you want a 15 round skinny 19, that's just kind of how you roll.
It's true. Hey, builder. And 21 fits.
Sweet. What about 22?
22.
Should be able to get 22. Oh, that sucks.
No, it's definitely 21.
No, it's a 17 round mag, and they're +4s.
Yep.
But it's a 17 round mag that I can fit 18 in.
So this is a Taylor Freelance base plate on a. This is on a Mechgar Para P18 magazine, and this is the Rock Island base pad from Taylor Freelance, the +4 for the TAC Ultra project we're working on. And I actually really like the way that they do this. So they don't do it like, give me just a sec. Let me grab. Okay. So here's a Terran Tactical base pad on a Glock, and it's got that tab there. Okay. So the way Taylor does theirs, there's a plate on the back of it that's actually screwed in. And I much prefer this method, because this little tab on this mag, like I don't know, it moves around, and I don't have high confidence in it. Like, you can push it down with your finger. I just pushed it down and through. Now, I mean, it shouldn't accidentally do that, but at the same time, it makes me nervous. So, thing with the Taylor is make sure you use Loctite.
Yeah, make sure you use Loctite.
I'll make sure I use Loctite. Thanks, builder.
But we got to get that review done so we can put the rest of the Taylor parts on.
I tell you, these are pretty. They are pretty. They are a just beautiful red.
How's the magwell? Is it like annoyingly beautiful?
It's huge. It's everything you want it to be and more.
Can you fit your little girl hand inside of it?
I can't. Huh. No. Oh, you mean through it? Yes, I can fit my little girl hand through it. Actually, here.
Because they have two.
You can't put it on the screen, remember, or else I'd be having the XDM in my hand right now.
It's not on the gun. We're good.
Yeah, they have a one that's substantially bigger than the one that came on the gun, and then they have one that's even bigger that they call the tall model. Dear Lord, that thing's big.
This is insanely big. Like, it's...
Is it heavy?
No, it weighs almost nothing.
Because that's a heavy gun.
It's aluminium. But it's just so glorious. And the thing with these mags, with the mag extensions, they do not work with the stock What am I trying to say? The stock Magwell, right? They will only work with this one.
Nope, they are specifically designed to work with the factory Magwell.
Per Taylor or per Robin, he specifically said they don't work with the factory Magwell. They only work with this guy.
They need to update their website.
You'll get over it. It's okay.
I will. It's the good one's going on my gun.
And done. But no, I'm pretty pumped about this one. This is going to be a fun one. I just want to see it all on there and together. I just got to get the gun we got to get out of quarantine and get it.
Habe.
See, Paul's asking, or ID 357, it's Paul. He's asking if I've had any problems with striker drag on my P365. I've noticed a little bit, but it's not a whole lot. I don't shoot the 365 that often. I like my other guns more, and I carry the 365 so rarely that I don't practice with it that much. But it has like a medium amount of striker drag. I have a feeling that as the spring breaks in and the chamber opens quicker, you're going to see more striker drag. So as the gun gets older, you're going to see more up to the point of full break-in. Kyle says, AKA, he doesn't like it much. No, actually, of my smaller guns, my P365 is by far my favorite. I prefer it over, obviously, a Ruger LCP, but my Smith & Wesson Shield, I like the 365 more. It's just a better gun.
I'd take it over my 43.
See? And the 42.
No.
You take the 42 over the 365?
42 is a wonderful piece of machinery.
Blasphemy.
To me, I'd rather have the 43X or the 48, or you could say the 365 XL because it has the longer grip.
I buy that with you because of your hand size.
It just
That's why I don't like the 43.
It's still a holster. It's still a holster carried gun, so having a grip that short doesn't get you anything.
There we go.
I mean, in truth, I would have probably no. I take it back. I would have gotten a Hellcat OSP if I went back and didn't do my little Glock like I did. But the Hellcat is pretty awesome, and it carries a bunch of rounds too.
Wait, who's Paul calling drunk? I'm not sure if he's calling me drunk or humble.
Probably me for saying the 42 is awesome.
Oh, now that might be. That might be. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. For me, for the specific situation that I bought that, yeah. To you about the 43.
Oh, I don't like my 43. My hands are way too big for it.
The specific situation.
Doesn't matter. My wife carries it.
Yeah. For the specific situation. Oh, no, he was talking about the 42. For the specific situation that I bought the P365 for, though, like for me personally, it needed that short grip. Like it was a situation where absolute concealment was key. So even that extra, half an inch of grip that you would get with like the 43X or the 48 or the XL, even that was pushing it too much. So for me, it made sense to get the standard 365. All right. So Bald and Curious says there's 3 different striker springs. Got a video on it. What is that? Laters?
The latest one has no primer strike.
He's drunk. The guy who you talk about drunk in chat, it's Bald. Bald's always drunk. He's Australian. He drinks those Foster's oil cans and just gets rowdy.
Yeah, but he drinks those like water. And
have fun. Keep shooting. That's my Australian accent.
That was possibly the worst Australian accent I've ever heard.
It's builder. I mean, it's Bald's accent.
That's right. Well, don't get me involved in this.
I'm gonna. Hey, Bald, you have to come shoot my match down in October. We're hosting a level 2 USPSA match.
No, you're not.
Dallas.
We are back up by then. It's not happening
in October.
We'll
be fine. We'll be fine. I think that late May, probably June. I heard speculation today listening to a podcast that seniors and super seniors are probably just going to sit this year out as far as competitive shooting is concerned. I think that's
fair.
Probably
not the worst idea.
for multiple reasons. Locke says his wife wants a P938 pretty bad. Not sure why. I'm not either because I don't enjoy those.
I've shot
those
one.
things recoil pretty hard.
Yeah, it was not pleasurable.
No, they're
the steel frame on it or aluminum frame on it beats you in the hand pretty hard. Like it's not.
It does.
The 238 was a wonderful little gun. I carried one of those for a long time before I realized that I could carry a grown-up gun. And,
I'll agree with that. The 238s are nice and smooth.
It's a smooth shooting gun.
Locke says, "You call that a knife?" That's the best Australian accent I can do. So it's not that much better than Humble's. Let's see. Paul says he's not really a fan of the 365. It's good for what it is, but it's his wife's gun. I'm just trying to test it some more before she starts to carry it. Well, your wife and I probably have the same sized hands, so that would make sense. It's always funny when people get on my videos and try to make fun of like my smaller size hands. And I'm like, watch a live chat. Like you will see that you are not injuring me emotionally when you say that I have small hands.
It's literally why I'm here.
Exactly. That's the only reason Builder is my friend, is because he can make those jokes.
I just look forward to us being together at NRAM and me looking like Gandalf with you two hobbits around me.
Hold on, I'm 6 foot.
2 hobbits, yeah, he's
You're
6 foot.
Yes.
Oh.
I'm the only midget.
Oh, for some reason I had it in my mind that you were a shorter gentleman. I'm sorry.
Dude, honestly, I'm still like super butthurt about NRAM being canceled. I understand why. We all knew it was going to happen when they started this, but damn it, I am just pissed now.
Call me a hobbit. Feet aren't even here.
You could be Aragorn or whatever.
There we go.
I'd be Gandalf, and when we
Which
got
hobbit
Frodo
do I
over
get
there.
to be? Can I be Samwise? Samwise
You can be
Gandalf.
Samwise. Oh, that's
Yes.
fine.
All right, Frodo's a little bitch.
Doesn't even have all his fingers.
No, he doesn't. Little asshat can't even throw a ring into some fire. Prick. Anyway. Humble, how tall are you? You're 6'5"?
Mm-hmm.
God, that would have been hilarious seeing us walk around NRAM. I'm 5'6".
It'd be like DeVito and Schwarzenegger from Twins. We should have got coordinating suits. It'd have been awesome.
Your Holosun shirts.
Well, I wasn't going to wear the Holosun shirt. That's why specifically I spent $50 on a hat that I don't get to wear to NRAM now. I am pissed off.
It's a cool hat, though.
It is a cool hat. You want a hat? I can get you one for way less than $50. See, and here's the biggest pain in the ass about that is, so I go to a local place for my hats and embroidery stuff, and they charge me an art fee. The fun part is the art that I give them is in the exact file format and layout that they need. So they probably spend 5 minutes, maybe, if they even do any modification to it at all. They've got like 5 minutes in it, and they charge me $25. So yeah. Paul's asking, oh, you do realize there's an NRAM next year, right? I do realize that, and it's in Texas, and it's going to cost me a $300 plane ticket to get down there.
Where in Texas? Please don't say Houston.
It's Dallas.
Shit, yeah.
I think.
It's going to cost me nothing. Actually, take that back. It's going to cost me probably $8 in tolls each way to go there and back again.
Yeah.
Screw it, not
and
going.
See, that was us last year. And then this year it was probably going to cost me probably $150 in gas. It's a 5-hour drive each way, but still $150 in gas. That's not bad. But go stay with Humble for the weekend. Well, I mean, we may end up having to do that if I'm busting my ass spending the money on plane flight.
Only if I can touch the chandelier.
I can't reach it.
I'm trying to get rid of it. So I don't know if it's going to be here.
You're going to have to piece it out and send it to every person on the live stream.
Yeah, you can each have one of these bullshit crystals for free. It'd be amazing.
Yeah, Paul does have a point. Texas tolls are the worst. Go to Chicago. You get tolled every freaking road in Chicago. It is insane up there.
It's getting bad. I mean, I'm saying
so
it's getting bad. The tolls are pretty low in Dallas, but when I was commuting into town with my old job, I mean, I was spending probably $160 to $200 a month just in tolls, and that's not awesome. But at the same time, traffic moves. On a Friday afternoon in Atlanta, I had the same commute as I did in Dallas for a while. On a Friday afternoon in Atlanta to drive 18 miles, it would take me an hour and 10 minutes. On a Friday afternoon in Dallas, up the toll road, it takes me about 35 minutes. So my time is worth something in that regard. And it just is the cost of doing business, unfortunately.
Atlanta is insane. The traffic
really sucks.
Man,
their infrastructure sucks in general. I mean, I could talk about that for a long time. I'm in the development building industry, so I could wear you out on why Atlanta is not a very good city. But Houston has a lot of those same problems. So I think it's just old cities that succumb to suburban sprawl or share those same issues, because traffic in Houston is a joke. I mean, it's as bad as Atlanta.
That's one of I don't mind our small town Indiana down here. Like, our traffic can be annoying sometimes, but no tolls. I very rarely
no tolls even close.
Yeah, no, you got to drive 2 hours north to get to a toll. Although, do they charge to go across the bridge into Ohio now? I heard that.
Would you go to Ohio?
Huh?
Why would you go to Ohio?
To Kentucky.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't go anywhere.
That's a good point. I don't remember if I paid a toll to go over that bridge last year when I went to Savannah or not. So Paul says yes. Although I'm not sure if he's actually responding to that question or a different comment because they're behind us. So I'm going to guess it's that one. But, oh, no, Professor says there's no toll on the bridge. Okay, then. I'm so lost. Everybody's saying yes and no. Yeah, maybe it's a different bridge that I'm thinking of. Maybe because 65 goes down that way, and maybe the 65 one is a different. Yeah, Chad says it depends on the bridge. Anyway, enough talking about tolls. We need to get back to guns because that's what this thing is about, right? Isn't that's yeah? Okay, that's why we were here. That's what I thought. So
I got an email from Gun Pro Deals. I checked right before this thing, and they have Strybog drums for $138.
Oh my gosh, that's so expensive.
It sucks that I'm going to buy one. I am.
That is 100%.
Hey, I have a gun-related question for you.
Hmm.
And I'm recycling this question from my live chat earlier this week.
I may have heard.
What is the best personal defense weapon, and why is it the Ruger PC Charger?
And why is it?
That one. Why is it?
It's definitely not for a left-handed shooter because the safety is not left-hand friendly.
Yeah, I'm just gonna come out and say it. The PC Charger is cool. I'm glad they came out with a pistol, or with the pistol version of the Ruger PC. But after fiddling with it and messing with the mag release, I wouldn't put it above. I mean, it definitely is on par with some of the other ones, but I don't think I'd put it above them.
I don't know that I'd get the Charger, but I still plan on getting the carbine.
You know that they also released a 5-inch competition Ruger American optics-ready pistol here this week as well.
I did hear that. Are you getting that one? Is that the next one you're getting?
I wish. What's going to end up happening is need somebody to buy one and put it on Gunbroker cheap, and then I'll buy it, and that's going to be the way it goes. But I don't think Ruger is in the T&E biz, and I'm not in the buying a $500 pistol that I don't care about business.
They did T&E with the that 57.
Yeah,
they sent out that 57. Yeah.
Who'd they send it to? 22 Plinkster?
Nah. There was some little channel. I remember the day it came out. I logged on. The guy had like 700 subscribers.
What?
Yeah.
He's got to be somehow associated with them.
Yeah, probably is.
Yeah, and
there's a dude here on YouTube who manages to get. If you go to all those trade shows, you can make contacts that get you free guns for, well, I say free isn't on T&E, and you can send them back and all that crap. But
I want to see you get a 2.0 core Smith.
Oh man, I've tried so hard. I've worked every angle. I've got a friend in the Austin PD who got those like 6 months before they came out, and I was like, "Hey, dude, let me talk to your contact at Smith and see if they can't send me one of those." I might buy one of those with my own money because I've been into the M&P 2.0s for a while, and I think that they're one of the better 9mm pistols anybody's making. But I
was really close. I got the money for this 17 when I sold mine, and I was kind of got cold feet about getting another Glock. So I was looking at other optics ready pistols, and I could have got a M&P 2.0 performance center core, the 4 1/4 barrel ported for like $50 less than I paid for my 17. But it doesn't take the same mags. It doesn't.
They just seem like they're mismanaging. They just seem like they're just mismanaging that whole platform. Like I feel like they really could.
They're underselling it drastically.
They're competing on price with it, but I think they can compete on quality. I think it's better in a lot of respects than a lot of the other guns out there. And I haven't spent a long time to like the one thing that the Glock Gen 5s get me with is accuracy. Like I can't get another striker gun to shoot as accurately as I can get that Glock Gen 5 to shoot. And if they can do that with the M&P, that would be pretty impressive. Because I think the frame is set up better. I think you'd be able to eke out extreme accuracy with something like that a little bit easier.
I don't remember what manufacturer it was, but when they first came out with the M&P 9 threaded model, the first generation, they were getting aftermarket barrels because they didn't have threaded barrels at the time. And I can't remember.
It's not in Dallas, you guys. You hosed me. It's in Houston.
I said nothing. But they were turning out... So the threaded models were coming with aftermarket barrels that were match grade barrels, and they were freaking tack drivers. But then they started into production for themselves.
Humble, does that mean it's going to cost you like a $90 plane flight instead of a $30 in gas?
I would probably drive to Houston, just so I have my car. But I know a plane ticket to Houston from Dallas is like $200 if you get it. Well, right now, shoot, I could get it now. Nobody sells plane tickets.
For nothing.
They don't sell plane tickets out that far. But
dang it.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll cash in points and do it next year. I don't know.
Did you get your points back from NRAM this year?
I didn't check. I don't care. I don't really fly American anymore, so I'm not really too butthurt if they don't give me my points back. Like, they're going to expire anyway.
That's fair. Locke says a bullet train. 50 years that they ever build it. They're never going to build that thing. It's never getting built. If we can't get the wall built, they're not building a bullet train.
Yeah, they're supposed to build a bullet train from Houston to Dallas, and eventually they're going to create a triangle with Houston, Austin, and Dallas all being connected by like a supersonic bullet train or whatever, where it would take, I think it's like 30 minutes or something insane to get from one to another.
Okay, yeah, that'd be nice. I was, man, so the, and with NRAM being in Nashville this year, I got super excited and I started looking at plane flights and stuff. And they were later, like this year, I think it's this fall, they're going to be doing sub $100 two-way like return flights from Indy to Nashville. So I would have, if they had pushed that off and Nashville had been next year, it would have been a sub $100 flight from Indy down there. That would have been just glorious. But on the other hand, with driving, we weren't beholden to anybody else's schedule. So that was kind of nice. I was looking forward to that. But now it doesn't matter. Still pissed about that. Damn it.
So
I just had a thought pop in.
I'm a little sad that Jordan's not here because I was looking forward to trolling Jordan.
Yeah.
Because he showed his inner fanboy on a private message today when I said that the XDM Elite was better than the P10F. and he was
Notice
not
I
happy
didn't
about
even
that.
say anything.
But it
No,
wasn't
we-
like that's my honest opinion. I do think it's better than the P10.
That trigger's got to be way better than
butthurt.
a standard XDM trigger. Like, and don't get me wrong, like an XDM trigger is better than quite a few of them, but it's got to be. Is it better? Like, did they do anything to it beyond a
Yeah,
trigger?
they have their meta trigger in it now. They call it, and the trigger shoe shape is different.
Okay.
It is a good. It's a good shape, and the pull weight's a little bit heavy. I'd want to lighten it up if it was my competition gun. For like practical, like actual handgun shooting stuff, it's fine. Like I was shooting like 20 to 24 yard targets on the move and keeping it mostly alphas, and it was fine. But when I stopped at 25 and tried to put them all on the head box, it took about 3 attempts before I could hang all 5 on the head box. And I mean, part of it's just not me not knowing how to pull the trigger yet because I just got the dang thing. But it's I don't know. I didn't like the character of the P10F trigger. Like I really didn't like the shape of the trigger face, and I had a hard time grouping it well. And I tried really. I mean, I shot it a bunch. I tried really hard to get acquainted with it because when you're shooting fast on easy targets, that thing sits in your hand like a boss and doesn't move. But I couldn't get extreme accuracy from it.
Well, that's a little. I mean, it's a little bit longer of a barrel, but unless they did anything to it, it's just a standard barrel that's a little longer, right? So Tim's got a really good question here. Choose using a Serpa on a carry gun or carrying an XD.
I carry an XD. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'd carry an XD over.
I would rather carry an XD than use a Serpa.
I had a Serpa at one point. I used it like twice. That was back before
I had about 10.
Have you?
Yeah.
It's impressive. How many do you still have?
I still own them. Like I haven't thrown them away. They're just in a box somewhere. At one point, I had a level 3 Serpa.
What? Oh, with the hood?
Yeah.
Do you have to kick yourself in the nuts before it'll let you draw? Or I mean, how does that work?
Pretty much.
That's
first
the
off,
second action you have to do.
You have to pay over $100 for a Serpa holster, so that's what you have to do.
Yeah, that's a hard pass for me, dog. I mean, you can buy a Safari Land for that.
Yeah. So Greg asks your experience with a P2000 SK for concealed carry. I have none.
Yeah, I've never shot the SK.
I'm very interested in a P2000, but
I've shot a P2000 full size in 40, no less.
Ooh,
and that gun was awesome. I really liked that.
Really?
Gun. It was pretty cool, but I wouldn't spend the premium at the time. They were like $1,000.
Good.
And I'm not buying $1,000 plastic hammer gun. Just not going to happen.
They're still not cheap.
How I don't know that much about the P2000. Like, where does that sit in the line? Because
it was basically the gun that was out before the P30.
Okay. For some reason, looking
no,
at
I shot a P30. I didn't shoot P2000.
Okay. The P2000 is a little more blocky. The grip looks a little more Keltec-y. It's one round less than it should be. But other than that, you can get the double action, single action, or you can get it in LEM trigger. You pulled the trigger on a P2000 SK at NRAM last year.
Did I? Was that the LEM?
Yeah.
Okay. The LEMs are. Yeah, I feel like we went over oozed over the LEM last chat, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought so. Those are just nice. So Locke just dropped in with a super chat. Woolad. I'm not sure what that means.
Woolad.
And I'm not sure why Wheeled and Well Armed, why his post didn't show up in the actual chat. It showed up in our side chat inside our little other thing, but I'm going to read it. You find yourself stuck in a hole with a murderer, a rapist, and a lawyer. You're armed, but you only have 2 bullets left. What do? Answer: shoot the lawyer twice. I like it. Oh, that's nice. I like that one a lot. Anyway.
Oh, there's a good one. Manny Things has a great question.
Okay.
Least favorite big gun channel minus Mac.
Damn it, Mac was my answer. Okay. Oh man, that is rough.
I don't like most of the big channels, if I'm honest. I would say active self-protection. I think John Correa is not my favorite person.
I know.
Especially when he tries to get tactical, because he's just not.
Paul just stole my answer.
Oh, American Gun Chick.
Yeah.
Is she a big gun channel?
She's got like 60,000 subs or something. I mean,
I'm with Paul. Hickok. Hickok's
pretty bad.
Since you guys are beating the Hickok drum, I'll go with Such.
Damn it. He was next up.
Okay.
I'm actually not this. Yeah.
I don't care for Such. I really enjoy his Sensible Prepper channel, but as far as his gun channel, I don't like it.
I'm not a big Nut and Fancy guy or Nut and Fancy fan.
How dare you?
I would take Nut and Fancy over most gun channels.
I know. I'm a terrible person, but
and to be honest, I kind of have to agree with Timothy Tan there a little bit.
I figured you would. I just watch him because it's entertaining. That's like the mindless stuff. I don't hop on there obviously to learn anything. That's what I want to space out.
I watch probably 1 out of 30 of his Demolition Ranch movies or videos. And most of the time it's an old one that I've watched before, like when he was making shotgun shells and stuff.
Yeah, those aren't even up anymore. He had to pull all those down. YouTube threatened him.
Aww.
Yeah, I know, because those were the best. I really wish he could still do those. Let's see.
Such. See, the reason I don't like Such, but I don't mind him because you know what you're getting, and he's honest about kind of who and what he is. Like the thing that really probably shouldn't even go into this, but John Correa on active self-protection extra starts talking like he's this high-speed firearm trainer, and he's a completely average shooter. He's better than most people, but he's not good in a deep end of talented shooters. Like the dude is like a low B class by USPSA standards. And I tried to engage with him on one of his videos. He started talking to me like I'm a child, like, bro, I hold an M card. I can do all the things you're doing better than what you're doing here. That's enough. And he keeps doing it. It's just like, bro. And he's done that. It's not just me. He's done that too. Athletic Performance Shooting tried to engage with him on one of his videos where he was just making some questionable technique recommendations. And he's like, well, I've taken 1,000 hours of training. It's like, well, you should ask for your money back because you're still garbage.
We had a local guy here that went to Front Sight several times, and he'd gone to so much training, and he had all his mags labeled and all this stuff. And I went shooting one time at a big outing, and he was there, and I was like, oh, awesome, this guy's going to be great. He goes out, full weaver stance, wide, flat, squats down, gun straight in front of him, bang, 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 bang.
What color was his vest?
He didn't wear a vest, but his mag extensions were red. Okay. But I mean, he was all over the target, and this was pre-USPSA for me. And I went out there, just shooting, and my group size was like a quarter of his, and my speed was faster. I mean, it was just like, okay, so maybe the training course doesn't do it for you.
So a couple of people have said Paul Harrell is for a positive channel. I watched the guy from Gun Nuts Media just tear apart Paul Harrell's revolver shooting. It was actually very, very entertaining.
He's not the best shooter in the world, but I enjoy his stuff.
He doesn't get out over his skis though. He's totally on it. He can shoot groups pretty good.
Yeah.
He was talking about reloading revolvers and benefits of this versus that. And what'd you say the Gun Nuts is his name? Caleb? Is that
Caleb Giddings? Yeah.
Yeah. He's a legitimate revolver shooter, and all right, Paul. Yeah, Paul just brought up another one, James Yeager, as a not so great fun channel. But
I unsubscribed from him the day he told me I should be focusing on the red dot when trying to shoot precise, and unsubscribe. You don't know what you're talking about.
You should be focusing on what? What do you tell him? Or what do you say?
When you're trying,
Focus on the dot.
you know, like when you're focusing on
yeah,
your front
okay.
sight to get all the extreme accuracy out of shooting irons, you do the
Uh-huh.
same thing with the dot. You focus on the dot, and that's how you shoot accurately. I'm like, bro, you won't hit the broadside of a barn if you focus on the dot. That's not how they're designed to be used.
Pistol Pete got banned by Warrior Poet.
How do you get banned by? You know what pisses me off is I didn't learn about Warrior Poet until after I left Atlanta.
Yeah.
And the dude lives not very far from where I used to live.
Does he?
Yeah, all his videos are at Governor's Gun Range in Kennesaw, Georgia, which I lived in the next town over called Marietta. And it's like I could have met up with this dude while I was there.
That's awesome. We saw him at NRAM last year. He's my height, so that made me feel like welcome.
Is he?
He is. Yeah, he's short. But didn't get to talk to him. I did talk to your favorite guy, John Correa.
Did he have his like perma 5 o'clock shadow and just kind of like?
Yes, he did.
I don't even know who we're talking about.
The
I've been one of those guys where you were like, "Hey, that's him," and I was like, "All right."
I should qualify that. I do like Active Self Protection's main channel because, like, I think he keeps it interesting. He does a good job with his videos, but when he gets into his technique, just no, bro, just no.
Yeah, his breakdowns are fun. Tim says, any takers on T-Rex arms? They're there. I'll watch their Instagram stuff.
I think they'd be a fun group of guys to hang out with. Not for long, but
right
until like
right about the
Lucas
time they
makes
start
me run.
feeding up your Instagram footage. That's about the time you're like, I think I gotta cut out.
That dude can shoot though. Like I know his doctored his footages and he runs those reps. Like all the crap that he ends up posting, he's repped it out to the point where he's like super tuned up on it. Like that's not his natural skill, and you know that when you watch the cold drills, and he does all his gun handling super fast, but he can't drive the gun like he does in his Instagram highlights. But yeah, the dude can shoot. I mean, I have no question that he would be a
step up anymore. I think when people started calling him out for it, he stopped doing it. I haven't noticed it as much anymore, at least. And
we met him at NRAM last year, and it was just one of those things. He was there looking at products, and we were walking by. I was like, "Hey, there's Lucas," and he's like, "Hey guys, what are you doing?" You know, talked to us for a minute, and we were standing by night vision. He was talking about whatever night vision he was looking at. We were just nodding our heads because we're like, "Yeah," because we can afford night vision,
right?
And but yeah, he was a real cool guy, much taller than Work.
Yeah, he is. He's not a short person. What are you showing us?
Get this meme on the screen here.
Know the difference is all I can read.
Coronavirus, difficulty breathing, cough, fever, flu, sore throat, muscle and joint ache, stuffy runny nose, headache, fever, cough. Being down with the sickness. Wahahaha.
I don't know how, but on YouTube's trending page was how did the actually come about? And he's like, I don't know. There used to just be a pause there, and then one time I did that, and everybody stopped and they looked at me, and then we just went with it. And I was like, oh, that's all right. It's always fun to hear.
Man, that song would feel so empty without that.
I know, right?
Like I kind of want to listen to it without that part in it.
It will be awkward. I think very awkward. I like listening to like when songwriters are like talking about the songs and what they mean, and but everybody knows who Coldplay is, right? So there was an interview. My wife really likes the song Yellow by them, and there was an interview with him, and he was talking about the song, and it turns out that song is about absolutely nothing, and he was just very, very high when he wrote it. And she looks at me, she goes, I think he just ruined that song for me.
Never meet your heroes, kids.
Nope. Okay. Anyway, back to guns. Do we have any new gun stuff? Paul, he didn't listen to the whole story, did he? He just jumped onto that. Said my wife likes Coldplay, Paul. Jeez.
Then your wife's gay.
All right.
Like Luke Bryan.
There are worse things, I guess. I don't know. Anyway,
I called you a walnut. That's pretty amusing.
that might be the best.
I don't know that I've ever heard that as an insult before, but I'm
Neither
going
have
to
I,
adopt it.
but it's pretty fitting.
Yeah, I think I want to use that now.
You should have used that today in the chat, Humble, on Jordan. Listen here, you.
He was fired up. Like, listen, asshole. This is what I'm saying.
He's probably on, just not commenting, waiting.
Oh, that might be. Yeah, we
Doing-
can't see everybody who's on here. Ashley's physically holding him back from the keyboard, like, no, you don't want to write that. Don't.
We're gonna run out of stuff to talk about on this on quarantine, guys. Like,
I
there's
know.
just not a lot going on.
There isn't. There is not. I've been dry firing. I did it again today.
I was only able to make that about 2.5 minutes into your video. I'm like, I'm not watching this for 9 minutes worth.
I don't blame you. Don't.
Just make him mad. Inforce is doing 20% off with free 2-day shipping.
Ooh.
InfoWars?
Inforce lights.
Oh,
Mediocre
Inforce. It's like, what do you buy from InfoWars? I'm not a.
I don't
Okay,
know.
here's the
good
question.
Alex Jones stuff.
Stickers.
If you there's
Hey,
Jordan.
there's Jordan. He showed up.
Jordan, I'm not 100% sure you're gay enough to be here though. I'm tipping the scales tonight apparently. All right. So if you had to run an
Jordan just
light
finished bandaging
or an
himself
O-light
up after
light.
the cutting session from our chat earlier today.
Feel like we should let him hop on to defend himself.
Ashley finally heard us saying that. She's like, "All right, go for it. They're getting to me now. You go for it. Defend my honor." So, if you guys had to run an Inforce light or an O-light light, which would you run?
Ooh. On what?
Pistol.
Inforce, because I could find quality holsters for it.
I'm going to go with O-light because to me, O-light has been slightly more reliable.
I would go with O-light just because I trust it. It's
And
less plastic.
they're better spec'd for sure.
I don't disagree with that. But the holster selection is pretty bad.
It is, but I only need one.
It's coming up a lot better.
I'll just get
Especially
a
if you
holster co.
have a Glock anyway.
Holster co's got an O-light holster for pretty much anything. Jordan said he'd run a full-size Inforce. Now, the full-size pistol light or the full-size rifle light on a pistol?
Ooh, a WMLX.
I don't know if that'd even work, but it'd be fun to try.
Jordan wants to argue with you, Humble.
Oh. Chad says
Humble just won't go O-light because he's a Inforce fanboy.
Right. Greg wants to know, what do we mainly carry? Humble, why don't you go first?
I carry a gun.
There we go. That is insightful commentary from the Humble Marksman people.
I carry an absolutely absurd Glock 43X that has had more work done to it than is reasonable for a concealed carry gun.
All right, Builder, what are you carrying?
I carry a Glock 19. That's been mildly worked on, but like a quarter as much as Humble's 43X.
And I carry a CZP-10 with
P10C.
Michael just asked the same thing. Yep. So I carry a CZP-10C, but mine it's a hodgepodge right now. It's got a Suarez trigger, a Norso optic cut slide with an RMR running up on top. In a what holsters are you guys running?
A Harry's holster.
There you go.
Very finest in holsters.
Builder?
I run a full metal beard side by side.
And I'm running a holster co-holster. Now, you can use work the trigger on Harry's Holsters and Holster Co, and you'll get 10% off either one of those. But
Or you
to
could
be
be
honest,
even cooler and save 10% at Harry's and use the Humble
Humble
Marksman.
Marksman. I
will do neither.
I will say this. I would.
Yeah, because you're left-handed and he hates you.
If Harry has your holster, that was a lot of H's. If Harry has your holster, go to Harry over Holster Co. Nothing against Holster Co. It's just Harry's stuff is top tier quality stuff. So that
I don't disagree with that. I've bought some high-end Kydex, and I think Harry's stuff is better. And I'm not saying that because like he gave me a discount code and I get to pump up my ego because I have a discount code. I'm saying that because it's legitimately the best stuff that I've ever bought.
It really is. It's It
makes me dislike all of my other holsters. You're just like, you're trash. Why would I carry you?
Aw. It's okay, holsters. Locke likes the name Full Metal Beard. That is a pretty badass name.
It's a good holster.
Isn't that a can?
What?
Oh, it's a holster company. That's what it is.
Yeah.
I've had it for probably 3 years now. It's worked great.
Solomon's asking, got the new Ambi slide release from Apex for the P10? Nope, and I don't plan to. I have no want for that. And, I don't know. I don't want it, and I don't want to even bother trying it because I don't think it's a necessary item.
That's funny, Paul. I was actually just looking at Legacy firearm holsters for my Beretta 92 today.
You were, weren't you?
I was.
So
like
firearms now on the trash holsters. Also on the trash holsters is Neptune concealment. Don't get anything from that. Those were the ones that I had to modify every single holster I got from them. Those are trash holsters. Let's see, what other trash have we gotten? Oh, We the People.
Paul will find out because my buddy just ordered a Legacy holster.
What are they, like another one of these $30 eBay specials?
No, they're expensive. I mean, not terrible, but they are not $30 holsters.
So Michael wants to know if we've tried Henry holsters. I've not tried one, but
I have a Henry holsters turbo drop, and it works great.
Knowing who Henry is and what he does and who he makes holsters for, it's going to be a good holster.
Yeah, he makes most. I won't say most, but a lot of other people's holsters for them.
Filster. He makes, I believe, the majority of theirs now, doesn't he?
He makes all of them. Yeah.
There you go. And I mean, Filster is a top tier holster brand. So, or at least it was. I don't know where they sit now, but back in the day when Kydex first started hitting it big, they were.
No, Filster's still a good brand for sure.
Oof. Paul paid $125 for that Legacy to not fit his Archon.
I know what holster he bought. Yeah,
because you were looking at it?
Yeah. The Hyperion, I think, is what it's called. It has it's a side-by-side, but it's flexible in the middle.
Here's a fun game.
Yeah.
All these holster companies give their holsters these ridiculous, like Aggressive or Battlestar Galactica sounding names.
Yeah.
So you have to come up with the name of your flagship holster.
Okay.
And I use the random number generator work. You have to go first.
Okay. Man. So we're going with like the top tier gonna kick you in the balls holster.
Yeah, like super discreet secret squirrel door kicker, knuckle dragger, extra special holster, manliness generator, 2000.
This is a hard one.
Hyperion, like, because I was looking. There's a local holster. I'll give you time to think.
Okay, thanks.
There's a local holster shop that reached out to me and was like, "Hey, I want to make you a holster for one of your videos or whatever." And if Harry didn't make molds for a holster, I'll be okay. That'll be good. So I reached out to him, and all of his holsters have like crazy names. It's like the Copernicus and the Fupa and like all these crazy names. So that kind of got me thinking, like, well, what would the name for the holster need to be? Because they do that. Because I mean, Harry's not totally immune from it. He calls his the executive or the insider or whatever it is.
I'm going to charge. All right. So I'm going to set this is all based off the price point. I'm going to set the price point at $150 and I'm going to
Okay.
call it the Stockholm Syndrome. You've spent so much money on this holster that you have to use it. And eventually you just use it so long that you just convince yourself that you like it. That's what I'm going.
That's not nearly manly enough for me. I don't know about that. Because I posed the question, that means you get to go next, Builder.
I was typing. So we need a badass holster name.
Badass holster name.
Yeah.
Gonna go with
Man, come on.
Oh
now.
no! All right, I got another good one. I got another good one. A supermassive black holster. Yeah, that's at least slightly better, right?
Let's see. I'll go with what's something that would get all these wannabes to buy this thing? What would it be? It'd have to be something like the SEAL Team, like the Screaming Eagle Frogman 2000 or something like that.
Ooh,
This is the Stars and Stripes.
the Glock socket. I like it.
The Glock socket.
That's good.
That's pretty good.
That's good.
Like
the
that.
Duke's not bad either.
That's pretty good. Bad Mother Trucker. Okay, there we go. Let's see if we've got anything else in chat. The sun don't shine holster.
Sun don't shine. Oh, the Punisher.
Jordan,
I think everybody would buy
What do you call that one?
Oh, the Punisher, Chris Kyle, Frogman, Ultra.
The Dick Guillotine.
The Dick Guillotine. Yeah, that's what I call the holsters when they don't trim down near the muzzle. I call that the Dick Guillotine because when you sit down, schnick. Oh. So what was your answer?
I told you. It was like I think I said it was like the Screaming Eagle Frogman.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Or something
All
like that.
You're just going to tag
the Spartan
everything
Punisher. That's pretty good.
Can I change mine?
Go for it. Yeah.
The Douche Canoe.
Oh.
I bet that Tactical Shit probably already sells a holster called the Spartan Punisher.
What's Tactical Shit?
It's a like a super Chad gear company that they make tears, gun oil, and like all of their stuff is just like off brand things that they come up with some really aggressive and edgy name for, and then they sell at like full price.
I'm gonna admit I like Chad's the way Chad's going here. He would just call it something stupid like the Tractor.
Gets the job done.
Oh man.
What did that guy do that made you shut him down there?
I didn't ask you. You can view the message.
I can.
Oh yeah.
I can.
I already read it. It didn't make any sense. It didn't go along with it.
It looks spammy.
Did you spam the other guy that was talking about the sperm plus egg equals baby?
Yeah, I snagged that guy. The Samurai.
I saw him, but
it's got to be like the John Wick Continental.
Oh,
the Baba Yaga.
Oh,
there we go.
We're selling a lot of holsters here tonight, guys.
The Baba Yaga we recently learned was actually a woman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so his entire scary ass name. Yeah, he's a chick.
Yeah, I actually knew that. I was like, okay, if you want to be a old hag who takes children, that's fine, I guess.
Yeah, it sounded way scarier in the movie than the actual thing.
It sounds scarier with the Russian accent.
That's true. That's true, especially with the explanation that he had. But hey, so of the three of how do either one of you guys have a random sword?
I have two.
You do. I also have two.
One was given to me, and one is a pirate sword that was used for a costume.
That's exactly what I have. Is the one that was given to you a katana?
No, it is not.
Okay.
It is actually, it's an old West Point sword.
Okay, that's way cooler than my katana. I actually want to
No,
use my pirate cutlass to do a split the bullet thing.
Those are weird because they sell them on eBay. They are sharp as hell when they show up. So sharp that they'll actually tear up the sheath that they come in.
Jeez.
And yeah, that was pretty fun. My pirate costume, I used to have a parrot, and so the
Why did you have a parrot?
parrot seemed awesome. And
Okay.
so we went to the Ren Fair one year, and they had this like parrot sanctuary, and I was like, I love parrots. This is cool. It's like, how do I get to do this? And they're like, you need to have it's a volunteer thing, and you have to dress up as a pirate, and you just come down on every Saturday or whatever, and you can hang out with parrots. Like, well, shit. So I went and got a pirate costume, and then I would go hang out with parrots, and then they trusted me, so they let me hold the bag, which means I had to stand out in front of the stupid pirate ship and yell at people walking by to come into the parrot sanctuary.
Oh, that is awesome. Yeah, how old were you when you did this?
I don't know, like 26 maybe.
Oh, good. Okay,
I developed a lot of pretty spicy jokes revolving around. There was a cockatoo that liked to hang out with me, so I'd just hang out with this cockatoo, and so I'd yell at women and.
About looking at your cockatoo?
You can write your own jokes about my white cockatoo and all these things because
I'm with Chad. What was your parrot's name?
Echo. Echo is an African gray parrot. Somebody else has Echo now.
Okay. Yeah, that's one of those pets that like live so long that
they live like 30 or 35.
It's way too late, and now you have it. And now just
before
got
we get too far away from it here.
Yeah,
Jordan asked you a question.
Yeah, go. Yeah, yeah, I did.
And he didn't wear hearing protection while he did it.
That's true. You should have heard the yell with that one. Woo! Oh,
honey, get the peroxide.
That was an alcohol cut, my friend.
So much blood.
Full on dumping. I'm good for I actually my swords they're right over there. But I'm not going to get them out because if I open the cabinet, the bows are going to.
All right, this is going poorly. I feel like we should just call it and spare these people from.
To answer the questions, though, I don't have a sword.
Why not?
Why?
That's a good answer, Builder. I see your logic there.
Gee,
I would take a sword, but why? I'm going to hurt myself.
Jordan says he actually visited a friend with an XDM tonight.
What going to beat him up?
Was they in a mental hospital? I legit had somebody write on one. It was my Rammy. My Rammy carry compare when I was talking about the Rammy versus the other ones, how the Rammy is big for concealed carry. And he was like, you should try an urban carry holster. My gun just disappears in those. And I was like,
is it like the footsteps of a Navy SEAL?
I'm sure you guys have it. Have you seen it's like a 30-second video of the guy sitting down trying to get it out?
Yes.
Yanking on it, and he's yanking on it. Finally, he stands up, like unbuckles his belt and pulls his pants out.
Doesn't
the thing go flying?
No, he has it in his hand.
There was another YouTube video of a guy with an urban carry holster, and he kept doing the draw, but he kept throwing the gun across the room every time he did it.
Maybe that's the one I remember seeing.
Yeah.
So
it's
before we go, Humble, have you gotten any embarrassingly terrible comments on videos recently?
Big Johnson has.
Embarrassing for the other person. So I've got one. Dang it, where was it? Oh, I gotta remember which one it was.
I've not had any. My videos recently have been mostly about like training stuff, and the caliber of commenter that those tend to attract is pretty high. Whereas like the straight gear review videos are usually where you get the really interesting comments.
That's true.
So, hey, Locke, thanks, man, for the $1.23. that'll pay for a toll at some point in time. So first of all, thank you everybody on the Tech Ultra Commander Size 22 TCM barrel for calling me a pussy. So thank you everybody for that. That was so. I like it when I review something and I'm like, hey, this thing does the thing that they say it's supposed to do, and I enjoyed it when people write shit like "no shit, Sherlock." So that was a comment on one of them. But the one that I'm trying to find is on the. I did a Duracoat video quite a while ago now. I think it's been a year ago. And dude legitimately asked me or commented, "What the hell is it? Man, I don't feel like it was that long ago that this happened."
I saw another one. I'm friends locally. You might be following him on Instagram, Firepower United. And he posted a video of him doing dry fire practice, and he was doing speed reloads with his USPSA belt on. It was very obvious he was training for USPSA, and this guy started to berate him, talking about how he needed to focus on the threat and not on the magazine. And just kept going over and over about it.
I in that video that I posted yesterday, I went on about a 2-minute rant that I cut out about the magwell focus versus a target focus when you're actually doing a reload, and the sub 2 seconds that you spend looking at your magwell versus the 5 seconds that you're going to spend fiddle farting around with shit. And but I ended up cutting it out. Okay, so on the Duracoat video, this guy says, "Why are all the videos regarding Duracoat and Cerakote applied to just guns? If it's so great, why am I not seeing it on other items, electronic chassis, etc.? I run a gun channel on the internet. Why am I gonna do what? Why is he asking me this? Go over to the damn Duracoat channel and ask them why they don't do that. It makes no sense to complain to me, the guy who's coating his guns. Like, this is the thing that I bought it for, so this is what we're doing today. People are freaking insane. I also like it when people post on there that they've wasted their time on a video when they then took the time to post, like to type comments. They doubled the amount of time that they wasted. Oh, wait, why are we talking about Tex Grebner? What did I miss? I shot myself, huh?
Kathleen brought him up.
Hey, you know what, though?
Have you guys heard of... Yes, you have, because I've sent them to you in the thing, but the Boogaloo side quests.
Oh, yes.
Somebody posted one and said, find him, shoot him in the other leg, and bandage him up.
You know, people give Tex a lot of crap, but
he didn't have to post it.
He owned that mistake.
Yeah.
And he posted that for everybody to see and was basically like, hey, look at this dumbass thing that I did. Learn from my mistake and don't shoot yourself in the leg. And he's still... I don't know if he posts stuff anymore. He was as of a year or so ago, but I haven't seen his stuff in a long time. I'm subbed to him, but when you get the problem with subbing to a massive amount of channels like I have is you really don't see the majority of the stuff anymore. So,
well, last thing before we leave, do you feel like the content on YouTube is just kind of scraping the bottom of the barrel at this point with respect to gun channels?
I don't know.
I do. No. I think so.
Which specific stuff?
Can you ask that one more time?
Like when, if you think about like 4 or 5 years ago on YouTube, all of the videos that came out on were generally good. Like videos were pretty good. There weren't that many creators, and Like there was a lot of new product, and it seemed like every video was kind of, oh, it's pretty cool, yeah. And then like 1,000 AR companies started, so there's like 1,000 videos about just like another AR, and just the handguns are all just kind of meh. And
all running together.
There's a very low signal to noise ratio, or very high noise to signal ratio, I guess is what I should say.
I feel like YouTube quality is going about the same way as gun industry quality right now. The industry is relatively stagnant. There's not a whole lot of new and exciting things coming out, and so you end up with that a lot on YouTube as well.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. I just think about some of the channels that I'm subbed to, and like some of these guys, I haven't watched their videos in legitimately years. Like it's just like, hey, put another video out that I'm not going to watch.
Yeah, same here.
Even subscribe to this guy, and I'm sure there's people who subscribe to me and don't watch my crap either. But you know,
I wouldn't know who would do something like that. I watch every video to completion.
Every video.
Every single one.
I at least
don't ask
it
me
on and let it run through it.
Just take me for my word.
So Solomon's asking about the Federal Syntec 150 grain, super soft and quiet with monocore suppressor. What do we think of the ammo? The Syntec's nice enough. It's I mean, if you're not going to reload, that's about the best you can do as far as getting a competition round goes, I think.
There's a bunch of like small reloading shops that will basically make the same round for you with high-tech coated ammo, but Federal's just doing it from the factory.
Yeah, which just means they can get it more widespread, slightly cheaper.
No, the competition loads are even cheaper, yeah.
Are they?
Yeah, I mean,
I need to
I
find
don't know what they are. I don't know what they're selling for now, but they would be like $10 to $12 per 50, as opposed to $13, $14 per 50 that Syntec wants.
Yeah. So Jordan,
NC Shooter Supply is one of those outfits.
So Jordan says, when people can't make money off views, they have to shill. I mean, so yes, if you're going to do this full time and you wanted this to be your job and this to only be your job, if you're not going to, the problem is they relied very heavily on the money that they got from monetization. Like you've got to build, if you're going to survive, at least this is what I've heard from a lot of YouTube stuff, is if you're going to survive on YouTube, you've got to diversify. You cannot just rely on your YouTube monetization, because if you do, the next thing that happens will kill you. And that's what the gun guys relied on.
I'm going to write books. That's going to be my thing. You guys are going to buy them. You're going to love them.
I've read a couple of your practical books.
I'm not one for buying books, but I think I will buy that book from what I've looked into on that.
But, I mean, yeah.
But seriously, the correct way to use YouTube as a platform is to make quality content, but also have a for sale product that somebody who would be interested in your product would also find value in if they bought.
Yeah, if you want to make a living off of it. Yeah.
That's why I'm going to write those books. It's going to be amazing. They're going to be amazing.
I mean, so like him or not, Matt from Demo Ranch is kind of the epitome of that. He's taken this thing, the Demo Ranch, which is now a demonetized channel. He doesn't make that much. Well, I don't think it's fully demonetized. I think his videos just get demonetized massively. But he doesn't make that much money off of that anymore. So he's diversified on YouTube by spreading out and doing different channels. But then he's got his clothing company, his product that he's made to sell it that way. And they've got just a couple of different money streams to be able to maintain that income despite what YouTube does to the channels. So,
and it's obvious he's doing okay.
Yeah, he's doing fine.
Well, he's a veterinarian by trade. So if anything goes wrong with any of the YouTube stuff, he'll just go back to working on puppies and making good money still.
Mm-hmm.
So I like Matt. I think he'd be a fun dude to hang out with. I'm not gonna lie.
He's got to live in Texas? I mean, does he live in Texas?
Yeah, he lives down by San Antonio.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then we can't really hang out because that's
He lives in
4 hours away.
He lives in the hill country-ish.
Okay.
But Grey Note says greetings from the quarantine in his bunker. I'm in my basement. That's pretty darn close. Yeah, Jordan says Bernie. He lives technically he lives in Bernie, but if I said Bernie, would you know where I was talking about?
Nope, I'm not that familiar with Texas.
That's why I picked San Antonio. Texas is a big state. Like a really big state. I feel bad for not knowing where things are in Indiana when people bring them up. But like if you lived in Texas and somebody said something on the opposite side of the state, you'd be 100% okay with like not knowing because that other side of the state is like 7 hours away.
Yeah, and we say things. The cities have weird names like Alvarado. How do you pronounce that?
Wait, say it again.
Alvarado.
Alvarado.
That place over there.
Alvarado. Silverado.
Alvarado.
It is Alvarado. That's correct. Say Alvarado.
Alvarado.
And there's a bunch of cities that are like that. Like was it Waxahachie? It's not Waxahachie. It's spelled Waxahachie, but it's Waxahachie. And there's there's Coppell, where like there's two P's in the middle of it, and you have to say both of them. If you don't say it right, people will correct you every time. So all the cities in Texas have, and we have all of the cities here. Like the only place, and there probably is one that I'm not aware of, it would be New York, Texas. Like we have Paris, Texas. We've got Athens, Texas, Decatur, Texas. We have all of the city names in Texas, every single one of them, except for potentially New York. So there's a bee cave down by Austin as well. The town's name is Bee Cave.
Bee Cave?
BEE space cave. Bee Cave, Texas. There's Palestine, Texas. There's it's just got it all, man. International state.
Well, on that geography lesson, I think it's time for us to be heading out.
I just put the entire rest of chat to sleep with my Texas geography.
We're running out of stuff. All right. With that, we'll go ahead and cut out. Humble, where can they find you?
On YouTube, the Humble Marksman, and Instagram.
Also at the Humble Marksman?
Also the Humble Marksman.
Builder, they can't find you anywhere, can they?
Nope.
You can find him on Instagram. He's there. He just doesn't post.
That is true. He gets tagged on stuff
occasionally.
Yeah. And you can find me on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook at Work the Trigger. Thanks again. Oh, Solomon, thank you very much, man, for the $10 super chat. And it has been a blast, guys. Everybody in the chat, guys and lady. Can't forget Kathleen in there. With that, we'll let everybody get out of here.
She's the 0.1% that is my female audience on my YouTube analytics. Is Kathleen.
I know. It's pretty sad how small that group is. Oh, and Locke with a
Ashley probably would be on that 0.1% if you shot a CZ.
Oh, Locke slides in overdoing Solomon there for $10.01. So thanks again, everybody, and we'll see you next time. Have a good night,
guys.
I'm gonna dislike this chat. I dislike this. There's 3 of them now.